Hey guys, how you doing? Judo here with one more video about martial arts. Especially because recently I've been into Aikido. As you guys know, I'm practicing. I just got my third level, Sankyu, about 2 months ago. And next month, hopefully, I get level 2 or Nikyu so that I can do the Shodan or black belt test next year. Interestingly, since I started practicing Aikido, I've seen a lot of people talking about Aikido. And most of them probably they have no idea what they're talking about because they haven't practiced the art so far. Okay, let's take a look at a video here that I found. It's a Joe Rogan talking about Aikido. Let's see what he says.
An absolute legitimate Aikido master. The thing is, Aikido is just not something that translates perfectly to MMA.
Wait. It's interesting that a lot of arguments used against Aikido is that it doesn't work in an MMA setting, as if MMA were the perfect standard for martial art. Interestingly, people talk about Aikido, it doesn't work, but they say that Jiu-Jitsu is perfect for MMA. But if you watch a couple fights, you see that some fights don't get to the ground. So people are they're totally destroyed while they're still standing. And yeah, so some people, they totally destroyed when they're standing. And there's also the other end. So some people, they're good at so they good at Jiu-Jitsu, they get destroyed while standing. And so it means that it doesn't work all the time. And also with, what I wanted to say is that the strikers, so the strikers can use their skills because they may be grappled and they get submitted. So it means that there's no perfect martial art. That's why there is MMA, because it's, as it says, mixed martial arts. That means that one must practice another martial art to compensate what your martial art doesn't have. So if you're a striker, you don't know how to grapple. And if you're a grappler, you don't know how to strike. So they usually, seeing a lot of people that do MMA, they do karate and Jiu-Jitsu. Usually it's a combination of striking martial arts with Jiu-Jitsu, so it's karate or kickboxing, Muay Thai, plus so Jiu-Jitsu. I think Joe Rogan, his background is in Taekwondo and I think BJJ. Let's keep watching. Yeah.
What is this? Seja best Aikido with the Russian national Aikido team.
So he says that Aikido doesn't work in a MMA setting. Let's watch a video here. Okay, let's watch this. Whoa, I think I saw someone winning here. This technique, actually, this video is about some techniques used in Tomiki Aikido. Actually, a lot of people maybe don't even know that there are several styles of Aikido. Personally, I practice the style called Aikikai, which is the biggest in the world, also in Japan. So this technique is from Tomiki Aikido, but actually it looks like the Aikikai. I think this is called, this is a kind of a dokkyo or wakigatame in judo. So they broke the guy's arm. So I think it's pretty effective. It's another video. Whoa, what technique is that? Oh, I think it's UFC. I think it works in the MMA. What technique is that? I think it's a kind of iriminage. Yeah, I think it works. Yeah, it's pretty effective. And they didn't see it coming. Whoa. Probably Joe was wrong about this. So it does work in an MMA setting. Whoa, it works. It works. So as we can see here, so some people have some misconceptions about Aikido. It can work. And actually, in the next video, I think it's going to say something that I don't see many people say. So it's pretty interesting. Listen.
Absolute legitimate Aikido master. The thing is, Aikido is just not something that translates perfectly to MMA.
Sorry, this is not this one.
And Aikido's not the best martial art for self-defense.
Whoa, not the best for self-defense. So which is the best martial art for defense? If you're watching this video, please leave below which martial art do you think is the best for self-defense. So let's continue. Yeah.
It's just not. But it has its applications.
I think it says something that many people don't say. It has its applications. Let's listen.
And in its applications, he's a master at it. Much.
Which applications he's meaning here? Okay.
Like Jiu-Jitsu has its applications.
Whoa. First time I see that someone talking about Jiu-Jitsu, it's just he wasn't the master of all martial arts.
But it's not great for kickboxing.
That's right. So that's what I was talking before. So I've seen a lot of fights in MMA where the guy is a real good grappler, black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, but he doesn't get to use his Jiu-Jitsu because he gets smashed while fighting standing. So of course, Jiu-Jitsu works for ground fight. So.
Right? Taekwondo has its applications, but it doesn't work if you kick the leg.
I'm really happy that he's saying that because he's a master in. He's really good at Taekwondo. Read his profile. Apparently, he became a Taekwondo champion really early in his practice. So he knows that Taekwondo doesn't work either. And that reminds me that when I started Judo, we would kind of mess around with karate and Taekwondo people. And the fight was good until we grabbed them and threw them and submitted them. So, all martial arts had their place and time to be used. So, just making fun of Aikido doesn't work. So, as it says here, so Jiu-Jitsu doesn't work from time to time, and as Taekwondo or karate wouldn't work.
Punch the face. Yeah. But if you learn how to do it, those techniques can apply if you know all the other stuff.
Which means that they have to learn something else. So the Taekwondo guy has to learn maybe to grapple, and it says here to learn to punch and to kick in the face. So they have to learn real technique, which means that there's no perfect martial art.
Well, if you know all the other stuff, this motherfucker has some real shit. It's just whether or not you would have to be so good at all the other stuff that you could utilize this. Now, obviously, he's showing in this technique, he's showing knife defense and stuff like that, but... Maybe
that's the part with Aikido. So people want it totally offensive, but that's what maybe people don't is that Aikido is mainly for defense, and in all those defenses, we have a knife defense and several stuff that other martial arts don't practice.
This is all 100% legit technique.
At least they realizes that Steven Seagal was a man in Aikido. He still is a man to me. Okay.
He's good, man.
At least I've seen someone sincere here, because it's easy not to like the martial art and then also criticize the practices. So, practitioner, sorry. Okay, so he says it doesn't work for self-defense. The video I want to share with you.
Since 1965, the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department has incorporated Aikido in its training program.
Whoa, so if Aikido is useless for self-defense, why is the police using it? By the way, I think the police in Japan uses the not Tomiki style, uses the Yoshinkan style. And from what I heard, I talked before about the Tomiki style. I read somewhere that Tomiki is used by the self-defense forces in Japan. So if it was really useless, I think the police and the self-forces wouldn't use it.
The spirit of avoiding harm to the attackers matches the responsibility of the job.
Something very interesting. So, because people think of martial arts something to destroy the opponent, but the police wants you control the opponent, so restrain. In that aspect, I think it's one of the best martial arts to do it. Okay, continue moving on.
Somewhat later, the force began requiring all female police officers to take Aikido lessons.
Interesting. Why would women take Aikido lessons? So if you're watching this video, please leave your comments below. What do you think is useful for women to practice Aikido?
In that way, they learn techniques to take on much larger land, making efficient use of their own capability.
So as I was saying, Aikido is nice for women. By the way, what I was about to say is that in my current dojo, it's interesting that maybe it's the only martial art where you can practice with really small people and younger than you and much older. So the youngest practitioner in my dojo is 11-year-old. So he's in the 5th grade now. So I practice him. It's interesting because it's really small. So he struggled to do the iriminaga. He has to jump to do certain techniques. And the oldest person I practice with is a gentleman who is 84 years old. So that's how cool Aikido is. So and when it comes to women, I think it's very useful because they can take down a man who is much stronger. If they, of course they know what they're doing. So I don't know if it could do that with other martial art where your opponent is much bigger than you. So yeah, moving on.
Aikido has come to be known as one of Japan's signature martial arts. More than 1 million people practice it in Japan.
Meeting people.
These
Good.
styles with various approaches coexist. Despite the differences, they share an essential element.
By the way, so yeah, so that's what also a lot of people don't know, but maybe Joe doesn't know that there's several styles of Aikido. The techniques that I showed today in the video belong to the Tomiki Aikido style, which is actually has its main dojo here in Osaka.
In conflict, they never attack first. That philosophy is what's
That's maybe what people make fun of. So we don't strike first, but if you really want to use Aikido to hurt people, we could do that. Of course, we should practice maybe in a different way to achieve that, but it is possible depending on the way we attack. We use the opponent's attack against him.
Aikido.
That's it. So we hope you like this video. So if you like, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed. So yeah. Leave below in the comments if you think that Aikido is efficient in which environment. I mean, in which setting. I'll let you know what you think about Aikido. So thanks again for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye. See ya.